Economic development. Economists use the concept of development to talk about a country's economic well being. Development is economic growth or an increase in living standards. Measuring economic development. When we study development, we look at factors like people's education, the school systems, the colleges, universities that they have access to, literacy, which is how well they can read and think and problem solve and understand different fields like science, and life expectancy. Life expectancy is the average number of years a person is expected to live. Life expectancy. And in a country that has good health care, good education, because with education, you learn how to take care of yourself to make better decisions about health as well as other jobs and fields. So we examine their individual purchasing power and their ability to buy goods and services, meaning get the medicines, get the food, get the nutrition that you need, get shelter and the supplies. All of that plays into looking at the development of a country's economic standing or standard of living. A developed country is a country with a strong economy and a high standard of living, such as the United States or Japan. Only about 20% of the world's countries are developed. The remaining 80% are developing countries or countries with less productive economies and lower standards of living, such as Haiti or Ethiopia. They're often much smaller, so they have a smaller economy. Economists use gross domestic product to measure a country's economy. Gross domestic product, often seen as GDP, is the total value of all goods and service produced in a country in a year. The United States is one of the wealthiest countries in the world with the highest GDP, but we have a small percentage of people that own those countries and have a lot of wealth. We have billionaires and trillionaires, and then we have a whole lot of people who live in conditions similar to developing countries who may struggle to put meals on the table. So we have it's become very uneven, our wealth in our country. It's not distributed evenly. It's a small percentage that has that wealth. On the next page, looking over at the side, increasing development. A country can increase economic development in many ways. It can find more resources to use in creating products. It can invest in capital goods such as factories and equipment. It can improve education. Investing in education is key to helping the country's future. And training to increase human capital. Human capital is workers' skill and knowledge. So the more highly skilled workers you have, highly skilled workers usually earn higher wages or money paid for work, and their economies would be better. Wages are also affected by supply and demand. If there is a high demand for workers and a limited supply of applicants, companies must pay higher wages to attract those workers with the best skills. A country can improve development by increasing productivity, the amount of goods they make, and services produced given the amount of resources used. A business that increases productivity can produce goods and services more efficiently. More productive workers often earn higher wages. Improved technology can lead to economic growth. Technology and inventions for better ways to do things, easier ways. Technology is the practical application of knowledge to accomplish a task. It doesn't always mean electronics. Technology can mean tools. It can mean like the robotic arms in factories that might do a process faster than a human could do it or more efficiently, and then the human does the programming. So jobs shift. The robot may not just take jobs, but they may shift to different skills that are being used by each to keep humans safer, maybe out of conditions that are harder or could be harmful. Technological advances can create new products, such as computers. They can make it easier for people to communicate and do business. However, it can be difficult for poor countries to afford new technology, and that can affect their economy, their businesses.